Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Carter receives a warning from Steffi, and Deacon presses Taylor to express her emotions. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila confronts Deke, and Katie schedule a meeting, and Taylor receives an unexpected guest. Carter expresses gratitude to Ridge at Forrester for the way things have worked out. His friend surmises that he hopes to see Daphne Rose in the future. She's making him work for it, the COO acknowledges. He must express his feelings for her. Ridge is sure it will work out for them. Daphne surprises Steffi in the showroom by announcing that she will be returning to Paris. For how long, her friend queries. What about Carter? Came next. Daphne shrugs, saying she has only had casual encounters with him. Her family is something she misses. More importantly, she believed that Carter would provide clarification over Christmas, but he failed to do so. If she leaves, Steffi will miss her because she believed she had fallen in love with Carter. The nose complains to Steffi in the showroom that she informed Walton how she felt, but he continued to pursue Hope, while Carter gushes over Daphne to Ridge in the main office. She is not interested in being a rebound. She says it's time to leave Los Angeles and return home. Deke would want to demonstrate his abilities to Katie at Deacon's World at Il Giardino. Deacon and Bill bemoan the Forrester favoritism that impacted Deke and Katie at the bar. The former con is informed by Bill that his wife might be able to assist his kid because he handed her a fashion house. Deke is informed by Katie that she intends to disprove the Forresters' doubts about her. Deke finds this concept appealing. Bill is teased by Deacon nearby about being a hopeless romantic and about them becoming family. Bill assures him that as long as he avoids his insane wife, they will get along just fine. When Sheila reappears at Taylor's office across town, the world-renowned psychiatrist TM bemoans her impatience. She is unsure of her next course of action. Sheila surmises that Taylor fears disappointing Deacon once more. Sheila promises not to jeopardize her marriage in any way. Taylor grits her teeth and says, "I don't know what I'd do if I ever lost Deacon." Back at Il Giardino, Katie and Deke discuss design concepts, and Bill makes Deacon happy by hinting that he might fund his ambitions for growth. He doesn't know what Sharp was thinking when he married Sheila, therefore it's a bad idea to include her. Bill interrupts and talks about getting into the restaurant business as Katie and Deke decide to meet to discuss hiring him. But no Sheila Carter. Sheila shows up and corners Deke as soon as Katie and Bill part ways, perhaps called upon. Taylor's office is where the final scene's Deacon takes up residence. When she tells him that Sheila has returned, he is appalled. To warn Carter, Steffi storms into the main office. She is aware of his intense feelings for Daphne, who intends to return to Paris. Daphne becomes nostalgic in the showroom as she remembers warm times spent with Carter. Sheila surmises that Deke doesn't want her to wed his father at Il Giardino. She is adamant that he has assisted her in changing her life. Deke contends that she concealed information that endangered others. Sheila notes that Deacon pardoned her. She wants him to know how much she adores him. "I swear. That doesn't sound menacing at all. I'm not going to let him go." Taylor is upset in her office that Sheila believes she persuaded Deacon to take her back, even though it was his choice. He assumes she believes he made a poor decision. Taylor notes that he's doing fantastically. Deacon discloses that he is considering growing his company. It matters a lot that she believes in him. Taylor questions whether Deacon is worried that his wife's troubled background will resurface. She acknowledges that she worries about her stability. Taylor is hoping for the best for him. "I just feel," Deacon says, taking her hand. "What do you feel, Taylor?" "He's an amazing man." "Tell me." Sheila calls Lee in the next scene of The Bold and the Beautiful. Wednesday, January 7th. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi witnesses Taylor and Deacon's intimate moment, Sheila's SOS to Lee. According to The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers on Wednesday, January 7th, Sheila Sharp sends Lee Finnegan an SOS while Steffi Forrester Finnegan spies on Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp's intimate encounter. Sheila will first contact Lee and call an urgent meeting on Wednesday's B&B episode. Lee and Sheila are now almost buddies after they developed an odd bond throughout the final round of Luna Nozawa drama. Sheila will call Lee over to see what's going on, and Lee will show up. Sheila can lament about Deacon's family's continued rejection of her and ask for guidance on how to make that change. Deacon will persistently encourage Taylor to express her true feelings to him in her office. Even though Taylor has made an effort to suppress them, it is obvious that she has feelings that go beyond the standard doctor-patient relationship. Deacon will sense a greater connection with Taylor whether or not she shares her innermost thoughts. As they approach the danger zone on Wednesday's episode, Deacon and Taylor will have a private moment. Steffi will conclude updating Ridge Forrester and Carter Walton on Daphne Rose's choice to return to Paris at Forrester Creations. Ridge and Carter will both be devastated by the news, but Carter won't give up on Daphne. Carter will soon approach Daphne in the showroom to question her about her decision to go to Paris and encourage her to remain in the city. Daphne will be shocked in the upcoming episodes because all of this is leading up to Carter's marriage proposal and statement of love. Steffi will visit Taylor's office, maybe to let her know of Daphne's choice to go to Paris. Steffi will see that Deacon and Taylor are too close for comfort when she arrives. Keep an eye out for Steffi's dramatic response, as she might enter through an open door or perhaps witness Taylor almost kissing Deacon. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi will be caught off guard and will soon hear some Sheila warning signs. Ms. Dillon's bold and beautiful status change indicates big plans, and, spoiler, it seems that Ms. Dillon is resilient. We assumed the character was merely passing through when The Bold and the Beautiful introduced her as Hayes' art school teacher during the summer. However, when Sydney Bullock returned to the show this autumn, it was revealed that, coincidence. Luna, the unfortunate threat to society who had before threatened her at gunpoint, was run over by her character. And right now? According to Soap Opera Digest, the daytime soap has signed the actress to a contract. Since Dillon's connections to the canvas are, at best, shaky, the change appears to be an odd twist. Sensing that the co-ed had a slight love on the junior varsity stud, even Buddy Electra wanted to get her homeless friend out of admirer Will's guest room as soon as possible. However, a significant plot and a new romantic interest are just around the corner. Joshua Hoffman will be replaced as RJ by Brian Nicoletti, and Dillon will undoubtedly notice the Forrester heir. Or RJ might try to win Electra over, even if they are not related by blood. After that, we might have a Dillon will Electra / R.J. quadrangle, basically, the Wyatt Hope Liam Steffi plot repeated. However, Ms. Dillon will undoubtedly be on the front burner.
She appointed Thomas as the line's new designer in lieu of Deke. Hope was prepared to try in order to save her line, even though she didn't like the choice. However, there may be more modifications to Thomas and Zen's HFTF concepts. Thomas stated that HFTF needs a fresh voice and face at a recent meeting. Although Hope has traditionally served as the HFTF spokesperson, Thomas's remarks suggested that Hope would soon be replaced. Some B&B fans believe Electra might be the next spokesperson on X. Given their pleasant dispositions and morals, Electra and Hope have a lot in common. Therefore, it wouldn't be shocking if Forrester chose Electra to represent HFTF going forward. From Forrester to Logan, there are rumors that Hope may eventually leave Forrester to work for Katie's new business, Logan. Hope will have all the motivation to quit if FC takes her place as the HFTF spokesperson. Hope's departure from FC would be extremely detrimental to the business and cause conflict for a lot of people. It may have an effect on Brooke's marriage in addition to further straining the relationship between Katie and Brooke. Hope's betrayal will infuriate Ridge, who may compel Brooke to sever her relationship with her unappreciative daughter. While chaos breaks out at Forrester, things will be different at Logan. The siblings might start a new line to put Logan on the map, and let FC know what they're missing now that Deke and Hope are back together. Who will be RJ's new love interest now that he's back on BNB? The fact that RJ Forrester is about to return to The Bold and the Beautiful raises the possibility that he is about to fall in love again. RJ, The Bold and the Beautiful will welcome Forrester back. The son of Brooke and Ridge, who have been appending Forrester creations lately, will be played by Brian Nicoletti. When RJ last appeared on the soap opera, he had a romantic relationship with the deceased Luna. Important takeaways: RJ Forrester will soon be back in Los Angeles. Amidst the recent fashion wars, something occurs. Brian Nicoletti will portray the role. RJ Forrester makes his significant comeback the last time that RJ was on B&B in 2024. After his relationship with Luna ended, he managed his life. He didn't expect her. It found out that Luna was a cold-blooded murderer who was determined to identify her biological father. RJ was also the son that brought Ridge and Brooke together. Despite his lack of interest in fashion, he accepted a position with Forrester Creations. He collaborated on the design at the time with Eric, his grandfather, who was going through a medical emergency. RJ is primarily recognized for being a well-known social media creator. He had a plethora of women at his feet while traveling the world. Naturally, everything altered following RJ fell in love with Luna and found pleasure in fashion design. Different face, New Year RJ will look a little different now that Brian Nicoletti is playing the part. However, B&B watchers have long anticipated his comeback because they believe he would be a perfect match in the current fashion warfare. Fans already know that Katie has a new fashion house because of Bill, and Brooke is not pleased. She made every effort to prevent her sister from going by Logan. Most certainly, RJ will find itself in the middle of the conflict between Forrester and Spencer. Now who will RJ romance? When Will initially arrived in town, he obviously didn't get along with him. Will was unable to comprehend how RJ had a relationship with Luna, who caused problems for his family. RJ could possibly interfere with Will and Elektra's relationship. Dylan has already set her sights on Elektra's partner after moving into their beach mansion. In the meanwhile, RJ may be interested in getting to know Elektra, particularly if he fixes his gaze on her. The young couple, who have come a long way thus far, may face a hardship as a result. In an unexpected turn of events, RJ could attract Dylan's attention, which could be advantageous for Elektra and Will. Alternatively, he can find himself in a relationship with an older lady, like Daphne, who is currently seeing Carter. This can add some flavor to the program. How do you feel about RJ's comeback? With whom do you believe he will finish up? The Bold and the Beautiful. Ridge and Brooke scoff at Katie and Bill's goals as the fashion war turns ruthless. Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan aren't sleeping at all because of Katie Spencer's new fashion brand. In fact, they appear to be almost amused by it. When a strong new rival enters the Los Angeles fashion scene, most people would be concerned, or at the very least cautious, but Ridge's response has been arrogant confidence that verges on downright disdain. Ridge and Brooke seem happy to wait for what they see as inevitable: Katie Spencer's failure, instead of offering assistance or an olive branch. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that this belief is just growing. Bill Spencer's power play fails this week. Bill Spencer stated that he had no plans to discreetly start his wife's business. With a blunt warning that a new fashion empire was in the works and that Forrester Creations would finally face serious competition, Dollar Bill marched right into Ridge Forrester's turf. Ridge's answer? Laughing. Not apprehensive chuckles. Not fake arrogance. But real fun. According to reports, Ridge easily dismissed Bill's jeers, telling him straight out that Katie was way over her head. Ridge claims that Bill is preparing his wife for heartache, rather than empowering her. According to reports, Brooke Logan, who never passes up a chance to firmly support Ridge, feels the same way. It was easy to win. The name Katie Spencer may have been granted permission to use the Logan name for her brand, but insiders say the triumph is more symbolic. Ridge and Brooke are aware that naming a business is the easiest part of a difficult, drawn-out process. It takes much more than branding to start a genuine fashion house. Elite designers, an experienced production pipeline, reliable manufacturers, industry credibility, and a long-term creative vision are all necessary. Forrester Creations did not become a dominant force overnight. It was constructed over many years, molded by generations of skilled designers, brutal competition, and trial and error. According to Ridge, Katie and Bill seem to think they can speed up that procedure, and he finds that absurd. Is Bill Spencer exaggerating his advantage? Without a doubt, Bill Spencer is an expert in business. He is one of the most powerful guys in Los Angeles because of his instincts. However, fashion is not the same as media. It's not being published. It's not real estate. Artistry is just as important to fashion as money. Skepticism arises at that point. Katie Spencer has a strong background in senior leadership, communications, and corporate strategy. She is knowledgeable in market positioning, messaging, and branding. However, creating apparel and More significantly, building a design firm capable of competing with Forrester Creations is a very different battleground. Brooke and Ridge don't question Katie's intelligence. Her basis is questioned by them. 40 years of legacy versus one bold idea with more than 40 years of supremacy, innovation, and prestige. Forrester Creations has the advantage of history. Their brand is well known throughout the world, not only in Los Angeles. Working under the Forrester name is a dream for designers. In contrast, Katie and Bill are beginning anew. It's thrilling to start over, but it's also risky. No amount of money or desire will matter if the appropriate designers are not in place. Clothes are not self-selling. The strength of the creatives working behind the scenes determines whether fashion firms succeed or fail. And that's where the most important question is. Who will create Beatty's design? One indisputable fact seems to be the foundation of Ridge Forrester's confidence, talent, loyalty. Some of the world's top designers work at Forrester Creations. Ridge thinks that designers won't leave a well-established organization for an unproven company, particularly one that resulted from emotional fallout and family strife. Who does Katie have then? The solution is not quite clear at this time. According to rumors, Bill might be trying to use personal connections to assemble the design team, but there are hazards associated with that approach. Hope Logan. The wild card: there has been a lot of talk about Hope Logan's name in relation to Katie's new business. Hope is a Logan and a designer who embodies star power, credibility, and inventiveness. Ridge doesn't appear worried, though, even if Hope were to quit Forrester Creations and fully commit to the new endeavor. He believes that a single designer, no matter how skilled, is insufficient. Forrester Creations operates like a machine. It is not dependent on any one visionary. It is fueled by internal pressure, competition, and teamwork. That gap couldn't be closed by Hope alone. Liam Spencer's influence raises eyebrows. Liam Spencer's apparent strong commitment to helping Katie's new endeavor is adding fuel to the fire. Some people speculate that Liam would coerce Hope into joining the business by presenting it as a matter of marital and familial loyalty. If accurate, that action might have dire repercussions. Hope may have to decide between supporting her husband and family and pursuing her work at Forrester Creations. Additionally, Brooke Logan will take it personally if she leaves Forrester. Extremely personally. Why Bridge isn't panicking? But Ridge and Brooke's self-assurance isn't only based on conceit. Experience is the source of it. They have witnessed rivals come and go in the past. They are aware of how harsh the fashion industry can be. One shoddy collection. One launch was postponed. The entire building collapses with just one interior crack. Katie and Bill are currently underestimating how brutal this industry is. Furthermore, Bridge has no intention of making it any simpler. Open warfare or quiet sabotage. Even though Ridge and Brooke seem laid back on the outside, they are not inactive. According to insiders, Forrester Creations may already be taking covert actions to maintain its hegemony, such as locking down designers, strengthening contracts, and utilizing established business connections. There is more to this than just competitiveness. It has to do with control. And Bridge is not going to give up a single inch of it. Is Katie being prepared for failure? That is the awkward query that permeates the whole plot. Is Bill Spencer's trust warranted or perilously misguided? Katie Spencer is intelligent, determined, and has a heart. However, tenacity by itself cannot create a fashion empire. She can be crushed by the strain before the business even opens if she doesn't have access to top designers, a distinct creative identity, and time to develop naturally. According to Ridge, heartbreak is unavoidable. Katie is pursuing a delusion, according to Brooke. However, Katie feels that now is her time. The calm before the storm. Ridge and Brooke are happy to observe from a distance for the time being. They see no immediate danger, only an ambitious experiment that they anticipate will fail. Confidence, however, has a tendency to become complacency on the bold and the beautiful. Furthermore, it has never worked out well to underestimate a Spencer. Whether Katie's business succeeds or fails, one thing is for sure. This fashion war is just getting started, and nobody will be laughing when the actual fight begins. Steffi participates in Katie's dream offer for Deke, Logan bashing. While Steffi Forrester Finnegan joined in on the Logan bashing, Katie Logan Spencer made Deke Sharp a dream offer. Before complaining to everyone in the office, Steffi at Forrester Creations received updates on Katie and Bill Spencer's Logan victory. Along with Steffi, Brooke Logan Forrester, Rich Forrester, and Carter Walton were present to voice their complaints. It was obvious that none of them trusted Katie to manage a fashion house. Ridge didn't believe that either Logan or Katie were actual artists, despite the fact that Bill had plenty of money to support Logan and Katie had many contacts. As far as Ridge was concerned, Bill and Katie lacked the heart and soul necessary to make their fashion enterprise a reality. Deke thanked Deacon Sharp at Il Giardino on Monday's B&B show for hiring him as a server after he was let go at Forrester. When Katie and Bill arrived for dinner, they talked about how she needed to strengthen her team. When Katie turned to face Deke after discussing employing a young, unexpected candidate, she was inspired. Katie pushed Bill away from the table as Deke took a moment to speak with her, believing that the solution might be in front of them. Katie advised Deke to persevere after gathering information about the events at Forrester Creations. Deke was grateful for the motivational speech, but Katie maintained that it went beyond that. Katie remarked that perhaps she might assist in realizing Deke's aspirations after mentioning that Bill had given her a fashion house as a wedding present. In exchange, Katie hoped that Deke could assist disprove Brooke's prediction that her fashion firm will collapse. Bill carried his plate to the bar, where Deacon talked to him about his remarriage to Katie as he ordered a club soda. Deacon commended Bill for being so cool about his proposal-turned-wedding night, and expressed his relief that Bill was finally over Brooke. Bill was fascinated when Deacon revealed that he needed investors to expand his firm to frozen pizzas. The topic of Deke's love of fashion and Deacon's ignorance in the field came up. Bill also didn't really see the allure of the fashion industry, but he made a suggestion that things might change as a result of Katie. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Bill and Katie will put in a lot of effort to make this fashion firm as profitable as possible. But will they succeed?
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.